Item 16, in the case entitled BKK Working Group versus 1700 Santa Fe LTD, there is a recommendation to waive the conflict of interest held by Best and Krieger. 17, in the case entitled Farmers Insurance Exchange versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $318,200 in settlement. 18, in the case entitled Socorro Carranza versus the City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $71,698.37 in settlement. 19, in the case entitled Angel Vega Serafin versus the City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $51,309.90 in settlement. 20, in the case entitled Lori Nolan versus Luis Diego et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $200,000 in settlement. 21, in the case entitled Bobby Worthy versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $140,000 in settlement. 22, in the case entitled Anush Gerboyan versus Paul Gerard Bingaman et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $175,000 in settlement. 23, in the case entitled Herbert R. Snyder versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $500,000 in settlement. 24, in the case entitled Juan Jose Perez et al. Versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $1,400,000 in settlement. 25, in the case entitled Lisa Ray Woodard versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $236,373.70 plus applicable interest in settlement. 26, in the case entitled Dora Heinsius versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $125,000 in settlement. 27, in the case entitled Raymond Brown versus the City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $475,000 in settlement. 28, in the case entitled Dylan Cullinan versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $635,000 in settlement. 29, in the case entitled Shay Levi versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $275,000 in settlement. 30, in the case entitled Sylvia Elizabeth Hornquist versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to reject the plaintiff's offer of settlement. 31, in the case entitled Alejandro Alonso versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $1 million in settlement. 32, in the case entitled Vadim Albuk versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $340,000 in settlement.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Mr. Herman, you are not at the podium. You have not been recognized as your opportunity to speak, so this is your first and only warning. Do not disrupt this meeting.
Okay. Of course, we have a housing crisis that has existed for quite some time. I mean, you know, tens of thousands of Los Angelenos unhoused and for decades in a toxic, from toxic inequality. I mean, you know, like in the United States, 54% of the U.S. Live paycheck to paycheck. So people losing their housing right now from the fires and have lost housing from toxic inequality are not going to get housed. But this is our opportunity. The U.S. Corps of Engineers is here, and they have built this country. They developed it. They constructed it. Let's have them fix this problem, all of it, not just what just happened, the disaster that just happened. I'm talking about the disaster that's been smoldering.
Next speaker.
So I'm a sustainable designer from West Hollywood, and I would like you to tax zombie properties, especially those owned by private equity, and give a tax break to zombie properties that are allowing homeless shelters or homeless people to occupy them. I'm talking about temporary housing. You know, you can easily put incinerating toilets. I know it's very expensive to retrofit commercial property, but you can put incinerating toilets and on-demand and water heaters in there for temporary shelter. And there's a glut of vacancies in commercial properties right now, as I'm sure you know. And these property values, this would raise our property values, and we need therefore raise your revenue. So we need this, so tax zombie properties or give a tax break to those properties that are willing to turn themselves into temporary housing. Thank you.
All right. Item 10 should, in my opinion, receive a no vote because it is yet another example of the ridiculous incompetence of sleazy Marquise Dawson. This motion gives a whole $50,000 to the fire department for disaster preparedness training. $50,000 when the bill for the recent fire disaster will cost us all over $275 billion. Ridiculous clown antics. This motion is nothing more than showboating to make the appearance of doing something when LA has already burned down. The fact is that these incompetent, corrupt clowns are doing nothing with a ridiculous $50,000. In my opinion, this motion should receive a no vote unless it is modified to take the money from the LAPD and give to the fire department. Item 12 is to give $75,000 to the fire department for disaster resiliency plan. Yes, a whole $75,000. When LA has, again, is under $275 billion and broke due to incompetence and corruption. This motion is more incompetent Carol Blast, Marquise Dawson. In my opinion, this worthless motion should receive a no vote unless it includes verbiage that restores the $14 million LA Fire Department budget cuts and prepares the inoperable 15% of the fire department emergency equipment that Fire Department Chief Crowley warned this incompetent and corrupt sleazy council and competent Mayor Bass about. So much for that. Down, general public comment. Oops.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. The sleazy council is the most corrupt local government in the history of the United States. I demand that phone-in public comment be immediately restored by the extremely short, corrupt, little man sleazy Marquise Dawson. The public that cannot physically come down here to this clown show are having their rights violated just because Dawson wants to hide the corruption and incompetence from the public's opinion. This is a blatant Brown Act violation. Los Angeles is totally broke, not only due to corruption and incompetence, but also from the homeless epidemic. That is also bankrupting us. Sleazy Marquise Dawson's answer is the silence. The public just like petty pink-faced Krikorian. The fire disaster is going to cost over $275 billion. Can't say that enough. And the answer is to hide the corrupt coward. The black community, again, has zero representation. Thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous
Next speaker. Mr. Herman, if you're next in line, you need to come to the podium now. Otherwise, you can still wait in
Please,
line.
please start the time.
I heard your dumbass, asshole. So, asshole, on item number 10, so I'm on topic and I'm not on probation, dick face, with those 3 dots on your face. Connect the dots. Smoking scan, probation's over, a dirty nigger is back. To talk about the fires. All they had to do was hire Smoking Scan, and they would have detoured the fires away from your homes. But Smoking Scan does not get the cooperation of the black Sambos of City Hall anymore. So, for the part on the mayor, look at here, Hernandez, LA Fire Department in Council District 1 sucks a big dick like this one. Then I go into the next item, Sambo, Juju. Look at here, My Safe LA nonprofit organization. Everyone wants a piece of the fire. Burn, baby, burn. Batman likes to see collateral damage for the foolish mistakes you make. And that's why Batman's here to punish you with words with Smoking Scan.
So, Mr. Herman, I'm going to ask that you stick to the agenda item itself.
Item number 12, dick face.
Yes, and item number 12 is related to $75,000 in funding for the development of a
Thank
CD1
you, did a
disaster
good job
resilience
at it.
plan.
Now to my next item. 15 or 14, dickhead. Your Rogosowski and Noodle. Look at
Can we
her.
go to general public comment?
He's on item 14, unfortunately.
Fuck that item and fuck all the rest. I'm into non-agenda public comment.
Good, you have 1 minute.
Trump! What did the mayor do? What did the mayor have to say about Trump? She looked foolish and stupid, incompetent, incoherent, idiot, moron mayor from USC that you pick and choose. Democrats of California, listen to Smoking Scan's comments. Listen to the commentaries of Smoking Scan's guests. They say you guys all are a bunch of fucking morons. Like that dumbass attorney up there who constantly censors me because his four-eyed big head should go up his ass and think right. So in defeat, Obama, in defeat, Biden, go away, you losers. It's all about Trump Nation, MAGA, and you all suck a big dick.
Your time has expired. Next speaker.
12 is about the funding for the District 1 about disaster resiliency. I want to ask our Council Member 1 is that, do you understand why your district does not have enough funding for disaster? It's because you dedicated all of the money to protect and servicing the illegals. Do you understand why there's a crime outage in your area? Do you understand why you cannot capable to respond to disaster like fire, like earthquake, whatever natural disaster out there? You will never have the money because you gave money away to all those illegals. That's the reason why, and then right now you are coming back right here crying about you have no money for the disaster. That is absolutely laughable. And then item number 13. 流浪的人在外想念你，亲爱的爸妈。流浪的脚步走遍天涯，没有一个家。冬天的风啊，夹着雪花，把我的泪吹下。流浪的人在外想念你，亲爱的爸爸。流浪的脚步走遍天涯，没有一个家。冬天的风啊 ，item number 14， 夹着雪花。
Hold on, can you pause this time? Mr. Herman, you attend these meetings regularly. I was going to wait to warn you until after the speaker because I did not want to interrupt. But your clapping during the public comment disrupts this meeting. You have already been warned and are eligible for removal. I would also note that you have also held up your sign, which is in violation of our sign rule, because there are people behind you who cannot see. So, Mr. President, Mr. Herman is eligible for removal if you would like. Go ahead, restart his, or continue his time.
流浪的人在外想念你，亲爱的爸爸。流浪的脚步走遍天涯，没有一个家。冬天的风啊，夹着雪花，把我的泪吹下。走啊走，走啊走，走过了多少年
General public comment?
华。冬天的小草正在发芽，又是一个春夏。 Good morning, Council President Harris Dawson. This is Asian Lunar New Year. I want to ask you if you can provide some services to those Asian legal immigrants instead of continue providing services to all the criminals, to all the gangbangers, to all the gangsters, to all the drug addicts. Today is the Asian New Year, North Korean New Year, Chinese New Year. I really wish our council president do something for our hard-working Asian immigrants. And thank you. I request your help, Council President Harris Dawson.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
Yes. Yeah. All item, you mentally defected
So you have
city
3 minutes
attorney,
for the items and 1
asshole.
minute for general public comment. Go ahead with the items first.
Yes. So we have, let's see here, item number 1. Fuck Katie Yaroslavsky and her motion. Dirty, evil KKK Katie. She's no good. No good for anything. What about the motion? Yeah, she wants to tax people with liens. Why don't you forgive them during this national crisis we're having? Or are you too big
Mr.
of a
Spindler, which item are
cunt?
you speaking to? It appears to be item number 1, which was continued.
Well, you see, you did it to me again. You know what I have to do? Ew! I told you to pay attention. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get to the items. Ew. Number 10. And we get that big, large Eunices Hernandez. Can I speak on that? Yes, the hamburger lady has done it again here. $50,000 fucking dollars for training and supplies. Well, that's good by Eunices. Yes, we'll support that because Eunices knows that the homeless criminals are trying to burn down her district, so you need to call LAFD a lot more. How about stop the crime rather than put out the fires? Then we get to that fat fuck bucket head pile of shit on number 11 on the Port of Los Angeles. Fuck the Port of Los Angeles. Fuck all of these people. Then we get back to Eunices Hamburger Hernandez on number 12. Yum, 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 yum. The Preparedness LAFD. Look, $75,000 for the fire department. Look what Eunices is doing today. She's trying to save her district from burning down to the ground. I can't believe it. What happened, Eunices? Did you wake up today and take an Ambien? You're really on topic. Then we have number 13, Imelda Chinchilla for the Salvadoran American Heritage Day. But I don't understand, Imelda. The El Salvadoran Monument is in CD1. Why aren't we doing it in Eunices District instead of yours? Why is that? Well, the Salvadorans feel a lot safer with Imelda. Oh, that's true. Yes, that's a good point. By the way, a shout out to the MS-13 Yo Hood. And then, of course, number 8, dirty, filthy, ball-headed, sleazy nigger. And number 8, Marchese Harris Dawson. The Broadway Manchester Niggers Project continues with its fraud. $36,000. $36,000 for a bunch of gangsters to walk down a filthy, drug-ridden prostitute street. Fuck you. And then number 15, I won't even read it, I'll say fuck it.
General public comment.
Yes, and as we know, we have Adrian, the Armenian goat Nazarian. He didn't show up to his meeting this morning. He doesn't give a fucking shit about animals. He doesn't give a fucking shit about community engagement. And it was Isabel's very first meeting today. And you know what she did? She didn't give me any phony warnings and didn't try to throw me out. Let's give Isabel a hand. Yeah, it was very good. Yes. Imagine trying to get off to a start by not antagonizing horned animals. She might be smarter than we thought. And of course, we have Moni Cow. She's ready to go to the feds, everybody. Marchese, you took away all her committee assignments, and you took away her free cheeseburgers for lunch. She's going to be going to the feds. That big fat fucking cow. Ew.
This is not on topic. That completes your public comment, Mr. Spindler. I'll ask everyone in the chamber to rise for adjourning motions. All right, adjourning motions to my left, Mr. Lee.